What else? Yeah, then there's Marielana Kinter versus Bill Dalton, Britt Robinson versus LaShonda Holloway, Angie Nixon versus Alex Vindman for Florida Senate. Why so uncharitable? Don't you always say people have the capacity to change? Come on, man. You went from fucking being a Barry Weiss acolyte to being a free Palestine guy who's also anti-Jewish. Get the fuck out of here. Anti-Semitic. That reeks like a psyop to me. But again, listen, that's not my battle anyway. I don't give a shit. That's not my battle. You want to know why? Because both of these guys suck anyway. They're Republicans running in the Florida gubernatorial race. Yeah, he's anti-black as well, which is, I mean, come on. More of the same. Marielana is track APAC endorsed. Nice. Okay, so then we got Aisha Wahab. Obviously, we talked about that. So there's some interesting races. There's some interesting races happening all around the country. In Alaska, you got Mary Peltola, who recently was endorsed by Kamala Harris, and then she rejected Kamala Harris's endorsement, which I thought was very funny. So yeah, interesting races all around. We're obviously going to be looking at all of them later in the day. Steve Kornacki, the khaki, will be live, I believe, at like 6:30, so 3:30 our time, maybe. Or what time is he live? Live, Kornacki analyzes the election in 3 hours. Yeah, 4 p.m. So he's going to be live 4 p.m. our time, and we'll tune in to see what he's talking about. But of course, the races that I'm most interested in are obviously the Democratic Socialist candidates in Florida who are trying to build off the national momentum for DSA. These are tough races. There are some DSA aligned candidates. There's DSA candidates. Elijah Manley was formerly in DSA. He's DSA aligned. He's been on this broadcast. And of course, Oliver Larkin is our boy.
Today in 3 states, including Florida, where there are a number of Democratic Socialists on the ballot. Nicole Killian is at a polling location in Florida, just outside Fort Lauderdale. Nicole, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you, Vlad. Well, Florida isn't exactly a hotbed of Democratic socialism, but there are a few candidates who are trying to build on national gains and hope to pull off a potential upset or two in this reliably red state.
Something has to change right now.
State Representative Angie Nixon is one of at least 2 Democratic socialists vying for federal office in Florida. She's seeking the Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate against combat veteran and Trump impeachment whistleblower Alexander Vindman.
And I've seen corruption in Washington up close.
North of Miami,
this sounds an awful lot like a win on Tuesday!
DSA candidate Oliver Larkin is trying to unseat incumbent Democratic Congressman Jared Moskowitz.
He can say a lot of things, none of which are ever going to get accomplished.
Politics as they are today are broken.
27-year-old Elijah Manley says he isn't a Democratic socialist, but is one of the more progressive candidates in a crowded field in an historically black House district that was recently redrawn.
This is not just about black representation. This is about who's going to actually deliver for a community. We're seeing progressives across the country win, whether it's in Texas, whether it's in New York. And I think that progressive values and progressive wins are going to come to the South too.
So here's the reality, okay? What have we seen so far in our experience in all these different runs? When there's no national progressive endorsements and it's just us and the local DSA on the ground, it's always going to be a much tougher battle. Because the reality of the matter is the electability component is still a primary driver for a lot of Democratic primary voters. Name recognition also plays a major role. These are people who are seeking to unseat incumbents in districts that are considered unsafe. Well, not Elijah. Elijah is in a different race. Elijah is in a very safe district. It's a black opportunity district. It's like plus 20 Democrat. So that's a lock. Whoever wins that primary is winning automatically the general. Now, the problem is Debbie Wasserman Schultz is the establishment Democrat here. She's playing the incumbent advantage, even though she's carpetbagging into this district. And you know, the party straight up cleared the field for her. They didn't speak out against this. They didn't speak out against the Debbie Wasserman Schultz move. Can you imagine if a white socialist moved into a black opportunity district, a white socialist, a white DSA candidate was unseating like a black incumbent in a black opportunity district? Do you know the amount of DSA is basically the Klans, DSA is basically Klans members' news articles that would fucking take place? The national news would literally talk about it every day. They would say, DSA so white. DSA are basically the same as Groypers. Why are DSA candidates trying to eradicate black political representation? But of course, when it's Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who's a white woman, who is a prominent DNC Hillary Rodham Clinton acolyte, nobody fucking talks about that. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares about black political representation all of a sudden because these people are charlatans. They don't give a fuck. Debbie Wasserman Schultz is, again, unbelievably reactionary on many issues. She's super pro-Israel. She played a formative role in the DNC to rat fuck Bernie Sanders in 2016. Yeah, DNC chair from 2011 to 2016. This would have been a fantastic opportunity to unseat and put a young progressive in this, young black progressive in this black opportunity district. But unfortunately, none of the national progressives leaned into this. None of the national progressives actually talked about it. Debbie Wasserman Schultz has a massive war chest. She also is a prominent establishment Democrat. So these are tough races. And then also on the other hand, you got Angie Nixon and Oliver Larkin, two DSA candidates. Angie Nixon running for Senate, Oliver Larkin running for Florida 20, a newly redistricted district that's like Trump +4. Jared Moskowitz once again. Yet you keep shying away from pushing Manley. What are you talking about? I'm shying away from pushing Elijah Manley. I have promoted him pretty much every day. I've interviewed him. I've fundraised for him. He sat right next to me here. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Sorry, Manley is 20. Larkin is 25. Apologies. Anyway, Larkin has a tougher battle. Wait, he's not 25 years old. I'm talking about their districts. I am talking about their fucking districts, man.
Not all voters are on board.
It's not very well received here, especially in the South Florida community.
The races are among several that have captured national attention in the Sunshine State. At the top of the ticket, a wide-open race for governor, where GOP frontrunner Byron Donalds wants to challenge the Democratic nominee this fall.
There's a reason people keep coming here, because they want common sense conservatism.
This morning.
Yeah, no, I think we're mentally deficient, like mentally stunted adults. I don't know what it is. Maybe all of our haters are right about us. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I can't. I definitely didn't start the day off on the best footing. It's not just my PC that's overheating. I think a lot of people's brains have overheated as well.
President Trump reaffirmed his support for Donalds on Truth Social, but another Trump-backed candidate is facing a tough primary challenge. Congressman Corey Mills is trying to defend his Orlando area seat amid a House ethics investigation for alleged sexual and financial misconduct. He's denied any wrongdoing. Gail.
All right. Thank you very much, Nicole.
So tomorrow's primary day in Florida. One of the races to watch is in the state's 20th congressional district. Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz running here after Republicans redrew the congressional map.
Yeah, the problem here is Elijah Manley was the one that is the highest likely had the highest likelihood to unseat Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Okay, but none of the other candidates actually dropped out to consolidate support behind him. So there's a lot of vote splitting that's going to take place here. He still has the best chance, but it's unfortunate that I suspect that there was a little bit of engineering there where they just refused to drop out and back him. And now there's going to be some vote splitting. I don't know if it's ego. I don't know if it's establishment Democrats that wanted to coordinate it on purpose to make sure that Debbie Wasserman Schultz's chances were better overall. It's just very blackpilling. It's very frustrating. Dude, shut up. Enough.
She is seeking her 12th term in Congress. She is the former chair of the DNC, and my next guest hopes to unseat her. 27-year-old Elijah Manley joins me now. He is a self-described socialist. His positions include Medicare for all and abolishing ICE. Elijah, thank you very much for joining me today. It's good to have you.
Thank you for having me, Martha.
Thank you. I want to play this from earlier today. This is Rahm Emanuel, obviously a very prominent member of the Clinton administration and someone that some people think may seek higher office. Here's what he had to say about the DSA or socialist candidates running now.
The Democratic Socialists, 3 weeks ago in Chicago, they had a convention. Run on your own ticket. If you're confident people want it, we'll see you in November.
Why is this black district going to vote for her? She's the establishment pick. So she has relationships with a lot of community leaders. That plays a big role. Name recognition, machine politics. And also on the tail end, she doesn't have to win the majority. She just needs a plurality, because on the other side, you have 4 black candidates going up against one another. That's going to obviously split the rest of the votes that are going in favor of pushing for a black candidate. That's it. It's classic. It's a clear rat fucking operation.
If you think they want defunding the police, letting prisoners out, I'll see you in November on the ballot. And if you're confident that that's what people want, go for it.
So what do you say to him, Elijah?
I think Rahm Emanuel should just be quiet. I think right now We are a big tent party. We welcome the wide range of ideas and free speech that we have. I'm not for defunding the police, and I don't think anyone is running around saying defund the police. But I find it really strange that we have an individual in our party like Rahm Emanuel attacking the Democratic Party in such a pivotal year.
This is Speaker Hakeem Jeffries, or Minority Leader, I should say, Hakeem Jeffries on yesterday. Watch this.
I do not support defunding the police. I do not support open borders. I do not support abolishing the Senate. And I don't support the DSA agenda as has been articulated by the DSA itself. What I'm excited about are the candidates who are running to flip seats in November to deliver us a majority.
We just can't let up, man. We can't let up. We have to keep fighting every moment of every single damn day. It's just like there is no real quote unquote party unity. It's very obvious that the establishment, they will never stop. They are going to spend every waking moment attacking their left flank. They will lean into dirty tactics. They will lean into the reactionary moves coming from the fascist government. It's all about power for these guys. They don't care about implementing a vision, an agenda. It kills my confidence. I'm not going to lie. It's just so fucking annoying that all they give a shit about is making sure that their establishment buddies sit in safe seats. That's all this is. Straight up. That's the goal. They don't care. They don't even care if they lose the Republicans as long as their guy loses the Republicans. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine being the leader of the goddamn party and you have so much momentum on the side of Medicare for all? You have so much grassroots mobilization taking place around DSA candidates. And all these guys are doing is trying to stunt that. Like, they're trying to destroy that mobilization. They're trying to destroy your hope. It blows my mind. I mean, this is a 90-10 issue, and Hakeem Jeffries comes out and is like, I don't care about that. I don't care about that at all. I don't like that at all. This other 90-10 issue. We already know one 90-10 issue that Hakeem Jeffries is on the 10% side on. It's Israel, right? And it sucks. It sucks because the reality is that, most voters still vote defensively, and they think they don't have an independent thought. They just literally watch TV, especially a lot of older voters. They watch TV and they go, well, I like this candidate. I like these policies, but television told me he can't win. So I'm afraid I'm not going to vote for this person. And we have to play that over and over again. And what's really interesting, I saw something. I saw something interesting, a statistic that bricked me. I believe in 2016 when they polled Democratic Party primary voters, a tiny percentage of them said that they were voting for electability. By 2020, that number had gone up to 64%. I was encouraged by Michigan leaders getting together behind Abdul, but since then, they haven't done much to help him, and the DSCC isn't exactly encouraging. I know. It's just never ending, man. We have to wait for the boomers to die then? No. There's plenty of kind-hearted boomers, plenty of sympathetic boomers. The problem is the boomers are more malleable. We're not waiting. We're just pushing. Dirty break this time. Dirty break time. Man, shut your bitch ass up. Okay? Shut the fuck up. Dirty break now. Okay, dude, let's do it. Third party now. Let's crack 10% as we fight for ballot access in every district, in every state. Shut up. Shut up. I'm sorry. The election Twitter losers that live in Estonia understand how difficult this process is, a lot better than the fucking fantastical world that LARPers live in. That's it. I swear to God, the election perverts that live in like Eastern Europe, Western Europe, that are dialed in to every goddamn district down to fucking like, Wyoming 3. Okay? They have a better understanding of how American politics works than the Iowan communists who think the only thing stopping American communism from being implemented is our unwillingness to separate from the Democratic Party. We can't even get sympathetic figures in the base of support to vote for the Democrat whose policies they align with, and you're out here thinking a third party movement is going to work. Anyway, that person was just kidding. I'm sorry for going off on a fucking tangent. Anyway. Yeah, the media is half the problem. They will not mention the left without it being a gotcha. 100%. Corporate media plays its role every single time. Corporate media is unbelievably contentious, unbelievably antagonistic towards the left. The only time they will ever allow leftists on television is to shit on them. So you have to be exceptional. You have to be an exceptional communicator. Okay? You have to be phenomenal. You have to go above and beyond. Everyone has to be like fucking Zoran with messaging discipline, with policy jujitsu. Schumer gives permission to abandon Abdul. Chuck Schumer says Democrats don't necessarily need to win Michigan to flip control of the U.S. Senate. A path to winning back the Senate clearly goes through Michigan, but we have a whole bunch of different paths, Schumer said. Yeah. This is why we need Barack Obama, man. We need Barack Obama. Barack Obama, save me. That's it. It's so blackpilling, dude. It's fucking one battle after another every damn day up in this bitch. Every fucking day. We have to claw our way. We have to fight every step of the goddamn way with establishment Democrats. Every fucking step. Because God forbid the party consolidates support behind a candidate that is the most consequential race, because it proves the point that if the establishment leans into progressive candidates, even in swing districts, that's going to cause a lot of problems for 2028. And establishment Democrats recognize that. Okay? Establishment Democrats recognize that if the entire party shifted its weight around to push for Abdul, and we brought in the low propensity voters and the high propensity voters that are going to come out and vote for Abdul al-Sayed regardless, if we had a unified front, Republicans would never have a shot in Michigan. So instead of allowing that victory, the establishment is basically saying, you don't have to really push for Abdul, it's fine, signaling that they're not going to lean into that and instead dump all this investment into James Tallarico, which is a far riskier race. If we go into 2028, or not 2028, but if we go into the midterm season with the rest of the party refusing to back Abdul al-Sayed and setting up additional hurdles in front of him because they don't want him to win, and then put so much money and so much effort in the direction of James Tallarico and then the Texas freaks end up voting for Ken Paxton and he wins by an ass hair, I am going to lose my mind. You might not be surprised to know that the Schumer article mentions you. These people, man, these people, they are fucking demonic. I